So, yeah, man, I'm all right.
Okay, so you went ahead and took it all off, huh?
Yeah, man.
But okay, wait. So okay, I'm dealing with a lot of extremes. First, you had dreads, and that
Right.
had been happening.
Yeah.
Then you cut it off, and you had like a fade.
Right.
Now you got a baldy.
Okay, so here's the thing.
What the fuck?
Personally, first thing, I have the perfectly round head. Like, let's just so you can just do any kind
You
of style
do,
you
okay.
want. This is what happened, bro. I had grown my hair out for like 5 years. And
What was the reasoning behind that?
You know what it was? Honestly, I thought I was losing my hair.
So you just wanted to prove it to yourself, like fuck y'all, man. You see it?
I needed to prove that I could grow hair. So I started using like Jamaican castor oil and this other company called Pretty Strands, which
Okay.
has it like really grows your hair really fast and thick. And start working, and then before you knew it, I had the little spikes because CP was like, "Hey man, I got the little sponge to do the little twist thing." I'm like,
That
"All right,
thing really
bet."
works.
That thing.
It's a whole
works,
thing.
bro.
The fuck?
It
I don't
works.
believe it, but since you say it,
Stop dropping the F-bomb. You're going to mess up my possession. Anyway,
okay.
but other than that.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
So I started doing the sponge thing, and then it got like locked. And I was like, all right.
So you weren't going in intending for that. It
No.
just kind of stumbled upon.
Just happened. And then
Okay.
it started getting longer, and I didn't know how to cut it to make it still stay that length. So then it fell and got longer. And then in like last year at the end, like by Christmas, I was like, I'm getting tired of this, bro.
Was it a lot of maintenance?
It's a lot of maintenance. You got to stay twisted. First of all, you don't have to do anything. I preferred to be, clean cutish. You know what I mean? So I would get them twisted, braided, and then I got tired of it. Like, you under the dryer in a salon.
A lot of work.
It's just so much. So I was like, I'm cutting my hair. And then Tam was like, don't cut it. And I'm like,
So she had begun to love it. Oh, so she hated it the whole time?
She hated it in the beginning, and then she loved it. Okay. And then she's like, yo, if you cut your hair, you're going to look super young like a kid. I'm going to look like I'm a molester. I'm like, when did this become about you? So I cut it, and here's the thing about cutting it, bro.
Okay.
My barber pushed me back.
He pushed you back? No, the convertible didn't do that.
He had me like, I got a widow's peak, right?
Okay.
So he cut me, and he cut the peak to where it was like, now you can see the whole line, but you can see the shadow, right? So here's my dismay, Doughboy.
Okay.
You know you're one of my best
He would,
friends.
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited to post a picture online.
You're so vague.
I'm so excited.
It's a big moment.
I'm like, yo, here's the before. Here's that.
Bada boom. Here's bada bing. Here's bada boom.
Right? Bro, when I tell you, I now know what internet bullying is, bro.
What?
So here's the thing. All the people who commented, out of all of my fan base members, all the girls love it. I'm getting DMs, I'm getting comments. I love it. 90% of every man hate it. Like, it was like, oh, this trash.
I don't
man.
understand why men choose to comment on things like that. We don't care if you don't like it, bruh. Why are you telling me this?
Which is exactly what I said. I'm like, yo, I only care about the women's. I only care about Tangerine's opinion, but I only care about the women's opinion.
Yeah.
So dudes was like, and then they start saying stuff like I didn't know. Like they were like, hey, he pushed your line back. Oh, did he?
So you didn't know this before?
No, I know.
Oh, of course.
When you get a cut, you know what it
You
is.
just put it out there like, oh, they didn't notice? Oh, they did.
I was hoping they was gonna let me live.
Right.
Like, oh man, that's just one cut. The hair will grow back.
Dude.
They were like, hey, he pushed you back. He pushed you back.
Oh.
I turned the comments off.
I see that you had to. I was gonna pull your card, but so you turned the comment.
Hey, I couldn't take the heat. I got out of the kitchen.
So how many
I was in the
comments
living
did it
room, baby.
hit to the point where you were like, that's it, no more comments after this?
You know what it was? Because first of all, I immediately attacked the ones. I'm like, delete, get out of here.
Block.
Get out of here.
here.
Yo, blocked, right? And then it was getting late. And I was like, I'm not about to wake up to no bad news.
You're going to wake up to bad energy in the morning. We're going to stop all this right now.
Right now.
Why do you think we do that as people, though? Because you probably were getting 15-1 positive via negative, but we always just see the negativity when it comes.
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm going to tell you, and this is why I do stuff like this. Like, I'm a person, I only accept positive energy because this world is so negative already.
Yes.
It's so easy to fall into the negative mind trap, and then you get depressed or you get sad. So I'm like, I'm only allowing positivity in my life. So it was like when I get comments from anybody, it's like love. I'm like, oh, appreciate that. I'll accept a difference of opinion as long as it's respectful.
Right, as long as you're not being negative.
Right. So it's like you could say, for example, if you drop a music video today and there are 8,000 comments and everybody's like, oh man, it's fire, I like this. If somebody says, not really my thing, but yo, I'm rooting for it.
I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live. It's cool.
But if you say, yo, this is trash, you trash.
Shouldn't have posted this, then I'm blocking that.
Get out of here.
You know what's crazy? I found that people will find negativity in anything.
Yes.
Because that's the thing that I've started to notice, you know, with my weight loss journey. Like I've lost a little bit over 200 pounds.
Amazing.
Thank you. But like, and so like I'll be working out with my shirt off. Like I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my body. Yeah. But now, you know, since it can no longer be attacking me for being overweight, now it's, well, look at your loose skin. I'm just like,
oh, they won't let you live.
Like now it's like another thing, and it's just like, do you know how hard it was to make the changes to lose all that weight?
Yeah.
And now this is what I gotta hear.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna get your loose skin removed? Like, and that's just a memo to anybody out there. When you're talking to big people that have lost massive amounts of weight, please don't ask them about their extra skin, because they probably already know, and you're just making them feel.
Here's the thing, and this goes right back to the hair. There's no way that somebody could tell me something about me
that you don't
know. Hey, he pushed you back. Like I'm just like, oh, thanks, fam. I didn't know. So it's like with you, you're like, right. Bro,
exactly. I know, but
I'm doing my thing. You know what? Why don't you post a picture of you working out?
Exactly. Oh yeah.
This ain't about me.
It ain't about me, man.
You in the public.
No, but no, you know what I hate even worse than that is when you kind of like take somebody to task for their statement, then they're like, oh man. You tell them like they'll say something that ain't cool, and then you like challenge them about it, and then they'll respond like, hey man, actually I'm a really, really big fan, man. I love you, man. I was just talking. I didn't think you would respond. It's like,
I didn't think you would respond.
So now you were just trying to get a response out of me from negativity.
And that's why I only acknowledge about. If you think that you can get my attention by negativity, you're wrong.
Exactly.
Because I'm the guy that will go past that comment, go to somebody saying something dope, be like, yo, thanks so much. And then I'll go to a negative comment. If you catch me on a good day, I'll be like, hey, well, thank you for watching anyway.
Exactly.
Like, oh man, you know what I mean? If a bad day, you just block, anybody gonna see it. But you know,
I be blocking people too. Side note, I was gonna say this to you as well, because you said you have like the perfectly shaped head.
Oh yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I also realized about you after watching you grow dreads? You have a very universal face. I don't think I can pull off dreads at all. I'm like, wait, he did dreads. He's done a fade. He has a baldy. I can't do all those things. I got to do the S-curl on top. I got to keep it somewhat basic.
But you know what? What you always did, bro, I would never... You have the look to be able to dye your hair any color. And you've done cinnamon red.
I did.
Blonde.
Why didn't you punch me in my face when I came with the red?
Can't nobody tell you that, bro. Can't nobody tell you
that. Wilding out too. I'll be looking back at the pictures like no one pulled me to the side. Like, bro, you wild out here right now.
You know what it is? And this goes for life, bro. If you're confident in anything you do, what can anybody say?
Side note, I got to start crediting you for teaching me that.
Oh, man.
I be forgetting because I be walking around thinking that I do that all the time. I be thinking that I came up with things. I'm trying to that because everybody, like, I always say you got to just act like you're supposed to be there. And like, because that's really what you taught me when I moved to LA, when you would take me like different parties stuff. You'd be like, no, you can't be just asking a bunch of questions. Just act like you're supposed to. I forgot you was. Thank you for teaching me that. Sometimes you
said something that was so powerful, bro. Let me tell you something about DOBOY. DOBOY will walk around. I'm so glad you're not an NBC executive. He's like, man, this guy, this show. I swear I pitched him the show. No, remember, it was DOBOY will act like something is his until you be like, hey, that's mine. He be like, oh, my bad. You had came back from the Bay one time, bro, and I came to the crib, and I was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We go to the comedy club and just kick it. He's like, that's peace. That's peace.
You're like, wait a minute.
I was like, that's peace.
What are you doing with that?
What? And you're like, what? What's up? I said, DOBOY.
You've never said that before. Why are you doing it now?
I said, where did you get that from, though?
Let me give you a little bit more backstory. Before I said it, I was like, let me see if I can just roll this out and see if anybody... I think you'll probably be none the wiser. Because I had tried it out on a few people. They were just like, cool.
And they let it slide.
Yeah, I'm right past you. Like, wait. What did you just say?
Bro.
I was just like, that's peace?
That's peace. But you did it like, you or me, I'm not even going to look you in the eye. You did like, you were like, yeah, that's peace. And I was like, are you trying to get something over?
Are you testing me right now?
And I'm like, where did you get that? You was like, well, you know. went to this little poetry show. I was like, come on, bro.
I'm trash at that.
Oh.
But I'm self-aware and I'm starting to admit now. So now, shout out to you because that's gotten me in so many places. You know what I do all the time when I go on flights? They always like, I'll call like the people that can go to first class first. And I don't ever wait because I always got a ticket that's super low. You know what I do? I get on my phone and act like I'm talking and act like I'm really rushed, and I really just go scan my boarding pass and keep walking.
Oh, that's
They never
dope.
stop me. They never stop me.
Well, let me tell you something.
Because
you're
you act
famous,
like
so
you're
they
supposed to
might
be
about
there.
Get you now.
No, I'm telling you because the only time it didn't work is when I was out the country.
Yeah, they don't
They
play
was like,
that
man,
over there.
sit down.
Back in where'd you go?
I went to Amsterdam.
Ooh, how was it?
It was amazing. I ate a banana out of a woman's vagina at a sex show.
First of all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is a children's show, but no, I didn't like it. Didn't like touch her. Like it was like a whole. Out in
It didn't touch her.
No, that's the thing. So I don't know. Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
No.
Sorry,
Don't want to go anymore.
It was actually crazy. So it's like you go and they have these shows where people have sex on stage in front of people. So you just go and you spend like $50 and you just watch it. But then they was like asking for like volunteers. And so this lady, she was like, yeah. So she took the banana, she peeled it down, she put the unpeeled part inside. And then she was like, yeah, come take a bite. I was just like, well, I need more fruits and vegetables. No. So
I need more fruits and vegetables.
it was definitely lit, man. So I was out there in Amsterdam living life. It was pretty cool.
So how didn't it touch her if it was already inside of you?
No,
took a bite of the banana?
because she stuck it inside of herself with the peel still. So she put the peel.
Okay,
inside,
I
and
thought
the
you
banana
meant
part
the.
was
Oh,
out.
got you.
Yeah. So it was a whole ordeal, man. So yeah, it was
that
definitely
is-
fun.
That is interesting. I wonder
Yes.
how many times it took her to perfect that to where she could start saying, hey,
She
yo.
did not get it like that the first time. I am only guessing. It's really weird watching people have sex. It's like a weird thing. Like I had never spent money, and I was just sitting there watching, like, but then I thought about it, like, well, no, I watched porn plenty of times. So
It's different with live.
live people doing it, I was just like,
Who'd you go with?
I actually went by myself. Nobody wanted to go with me.
Well, I mean, after hearing how the trip went.
So yeah, I was actually in there by myself, and I went to the red light district. You got to be careful out there. There's different color lights.
What are the different color lights?
Okay, so if you see the red light, that's cool. So basically what the red light district is, it's just like a spot. It's like you're shopping for women, like who you want to be with for the night. But like different color lights mean different color things. Like that, the blue light is like a guy. Like it's yeah. So it's red. Stay
Wow.
if you're just trying to go and just mess with a chick, just keep it red. Don't mix it up with them lights.
So
'Cause
if
when
you
them
go
lights
to a
come
blue
on,
light, it's men. What is like a green
but
light?
no,
Everybody?
but that's what I'm saying though, because it's like it's a window and the person is there. So what I'm saying is, if it was like a different light, like a blue light, it might appear to be a woman, but it ain't. But the blue light is what's telling you is what it really is.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to know what these lights mean. I didn't really get all off into it. It was really it was almost like the Netflix of like shopping for sex. It was like the weirdest thing, because like I window shopped for like an hour.
I went to Japan. This is the first time I had seen the red light thing. I went to Japan and Okinawa or Tokyo or Okinawa. I can't remember where I saw this at. So we go and they had signs on the door that said "No Americans."
Really?
Right. So they were like "No Americans," and then another window said like "No black men." And I'm like,
racist even overseas.
And I asked the lady, I was like, "Excuse me, I know this, and I'm not trying to come in. I just want to know why does this say this?" And she's like, "Oh, because size."
Oh, really?
So she says Americans are typically bigger than other people in different countries, and black men.
It's just too much.
Exactly.
You put somebody down for a while and
I don't want to mess the money up.
you just make that look like your boy.
Your boy is out
Once
there.
they said that, I knew what was going on. You understand that?
But that blew me away. But
Yeah.
blue lights. And
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the lights out there. So, yeah, I actually was moving around like over the summer, man. I went there. I went to Barcelona. Food is not as good outside of the country.
Whoa, no.
It
You
ain't.
gotta go to. Have you been to London,
I went to London, and London was trash.
sir? I'm about
We
to
could
punch
squabble
you
up.
in your neck.
No, we could ask anybody that was on tour. Tony, Kev, everybody. London was by far the worst.
Let me tell you something, man.
But you don't really season your food that good yourself.
Listen, they have. If you ever get a chance to go to the United Kingdom, especially London, the food doesn't have the same preservatives that we have in America.
It is fresher.
It's
in that.
so much fresher. I actually like eating.
It would
a
make more sense.
cheeseburger.
I just realized why you would like it more. But finish your point, then I'll tell you why I know why you like
Like
it.
eating a cheeseburger here, you're gonna feel heavy and you be like, "Ooh, man, that was good." But whatever. eating a burger over there, you feel satisfied and you use the restroom immediately because it goes straight through you. I lost weight in London.
See, and that's why I know. Because see, actually, it makes sense because, like you said, with you and Tans, because you already eat really clean anyway.
I try.
You know what I'm saying?
Better.
But even if you eat bad, you eat healthy versions of bad food.
Yeah.
And so you're not eating as trash as most of us over here. So when you went over there, it was probably more in line with what you're used to anyway. But with me, I be eating the BS and it just be trash. So, you know, I'm like, hey, this ain't seasoned enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I can see why it would make more sense for you because you actually be eating really healthy. Are you still doing the, are you still trying to do the vegan thing?
As of yesterday, I just started the vegetarian thing.
Okay.
Vegan is really hard because there's much meat and dairy and everything. So it's like, I'd rather just do vegetarian, cut down the meat dramatically.
But do you notice when you stop eating meat that you start eating more breads and starches and potatoes?
You do, but here's the thing. If you are like a fry guy, like you could switch to sweet potato fries or sweet potatoes. Like I prefer sweet potatoes over regular like home fried potatoes.
Really?
Because they're so much sweeter and they're filling and it's like you feel light.
And you don't feel trash after you eat them?
No.
Yeah.
You're ready to eat in a couple hours. But if you eat potatoes,
potatoes.
Like, that's it. You ain't eating nothing else that day, bro.
Absolutely.
Man, so you went to Barcelona, you went to London, you went to Amsterdam.
I went to Canada.
Okay.
They be putting ketchup on their chips. It's a whole thing.
Like chips?
Yes. They have ketchup flavored chips.
Oh, sir.
The weirdest thing ever.
Sir.
Yeah, but they're definitely cool over there. I like the culture there. Like I really want to go to Japan this year. So yeah, I'm starting to get out there and travel a little bit more, man. It's a lot of world out there.
Like nobody else really be wanting
let's
to go travel,
bro.
I'll be out.
And we ain't got day jobs either.
No. Well, first of all, let's not talk about.
I'm just saying, like we don't have to. Like we can, like we're self-employed.
Yeah, we're self-employed.
So we can move around a little bit. We don't have to be confined to the schedules.
Yeah,
I'm all about traveling, bro.
I think the place I wanted to go was China, and then
I'm down for that.
Well, let's wait till it calms down.
Yo, did you see the interview of the guy?
Which one?
There's an interview going. It's messed up. It's like a really, really like famous guy, right? So he comes out and he's like, "Yeah, man. They thought that I had the coronavirus, man. I definitely don't. I'm definitely cool. It was a scary thing to be here." They're like snatching the cameras, like, he's like, "Yeah, man, they thought I had it. I'm glad all my tests came cool." So as he's talking, the door opens and the nurses come back out like, "Oh, no, there he is." They grab him. They're like, "No, he's not okay. He's not okay."
Are you serious?
Drug his sick butt back in there. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at the guy, but
send me this video.
I will send you that video, bro. And so he was talking like, yeah. They was like, no. And then they took him
They
back.
probably want an autograph. I'm going to talk to them real quick.
They was like, no. Man, I'm telling you, bro, I'm starting to be a little concerned.
I'm very concerned.
Because I'm just like, why do we keep hearing about this? And now it's like getting progressively worse every time we hear about it.
They did say, I read an article headline that said, black skin isn't affected.
See, that's going to be an effect to get us up out of here, man. No, how are we just immune?
That's a good question.
How? Side note, do you know that black people are supposed to wear sunscreen?
No.
You are supposed to, bro.
Okay.
Get educated. This is something I just found out recently from a doctor.
Oh.
And we're supposed to, and I like.
Wait, you said from a doctor? Like I was assuming you were.
No.
From a doctor.
But for real, bro, like we're supposed to be protecting our skin, and I don't know, but just like much like how you thought that. My entire life, I never thought that I never got sunburned, but apparently we're supposed to be wearing sunscreen and sunblock just like the white folks.
Now, was it a black doctor?
Yes.
Now, I've always done the oils or, Vaseline for us, but not, or cocoa butter, but not.
But just think about it. You live in California, and whenever you're outside, the sun is beating you up every time you're out there.
Yeah, I'm rarely outside, though. But, yeah, I try to. I don't like going outside during the daytime. I am a nighttime guy when it's cool. I ain't
when it's
sweating.
chill. Yeah, you really don't be out there in the nice stuff, man.
No. If something happened during the day, everybody would be affected except for me. I'll be inside. It's a damn shame.
Y'all crazy, man. All right, back to this couch, though, man. Yeah.
So tell me now more about the podcast you're starting with your daughter.
Okay, so we just started the podcast. We just shot the first episode today. Shout out to my daughter, Kiara Janae. It's called Girl Dad. And it's it was really, really inspired by, after Kobe and his daughter had passed away, rest in peace. It just kind of put a mirror in front of me. It was like, he's 41. I'm about to be 41. His daughter was 14. Kiara was 14. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So just, I kind of seen a lot of myself, in that situation. And me and Kiara had already been talking about doing some content together. So, then shortly after that, like Girl Dad kind of started trending, and I was just like, just call it Girl Dad, and we should do a podcast. So we shot our first episode. It's going to be airing on Kev on Stage Studios on this Monday. Well, I guess by the time this airs, they can, just go and see it.
This is going to drop Tuesday.
Okay, perfect. So then y'all can, go back. It will definitely be up. Go to Kev on Stage Studios. And we're just talking about stuff, just talking about, like, life and stuff. Because, bro, you've known Kiara since she was a child, bro. Kiara is 14 with a cell phone and an attitude and opinions on everything. Bro, and cell phones can be dangerous. Sometimes you go to your child's phone, you gonna see some things, bro. I went through her phone last year.
Why?
Because you gotta be a parent, man. Kiara was wilding last year. I ain't gonna hold you. Kiara had lost her mind, and so sending her being down here with me full time, it's just like bringing my life full circle, man. Because I moved to Los Angeles to make a better life for her, and I left when she was 4. So she's 14 now. So now, I'm kind of like, even like with my career, I'm blessed that, the podcast that I have with Kev, Righteous and Ratchet, it's put me in a position to where I don't have to take every job. I don't have to work a 9 to 5, and I can just spend time with my kids. So I'm super, super excited, man. We did the first episode today, man. It was super lit.
Man, 14. I remember the first time she got an attitude with me. You were on the couch. We was at your old apartment. You were on the couch, and you had told her to do something, and she wasn't doing it. I was like, hey. You got to give him the face. And she looked, and she was like.
Because I would never do that. I was too nice.
You were so nice, bro.
Man, and you know what I really realized with her and having conversations with her? Art is really subjective. Guess what Kiara's favorite movie is, and she's watched it like 10 times.
What?
A Fall from Grace.
Hey, that movie fire though, bro.
What?
I enjoyed it.
What? You, Clayton Thomas?
I enjoyed it.
Now, I know the homie is in the show, Brisha Reb. Shout out to Brisha. And she did her thing. Yeah. But the movie was not good.
Man, what are you talking about? That movie was so entertaining.
Clayton Thomas, we're not going to sit here and do this. You're one of the side note. You're one of the best writers that I know. We're not gonna do this.
Listen, you saw the ending coming?
No, because it was ridiculous and stupid.
So you were looking at the wigs and not the story,
bruh.
A Fall from Grace was a great story.
No, it was not. They just had old ladies chilling in the basement.
First of all, nobody's done that.
But, bro.
Nobody's kidnapped a group of old ladies.
Because what reason would you do it? You want to hear about the old times? Like, why would you kidnap these old...
He needed the money.
Okay, there was a big plot point that I know you had to have seen. When Brisha's character starts to figure it all out, and then she goes to the house to go talk to people, and he dropped her off. He didn't realize this was the same place that the lady jumped from the roof at the beginning of the movie?
Now, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Bro, there was a time people was breaking it down on Twitter. The extras were in the background eating air.
Oh, bro, the white extra.
Yes, he was like...
My man was like, when he took the drink in the cup, he was like...
There's nothing in your cup, sir.
He's the greatest.
Bro, there was another thing on Twitter. I guess when the judge was up there talking, you can see his script on the screen with his lines highlighted. Oh, man. Bro, so so you like that movie. And you're not I'm waiting for you to break character like, nah.
No,
man.
I liked it, man.
You liked the Fall?
The only thing that I did not like was how hilarious.
Ashtray B, that wasn't the problem.
That was classic. Because you don't see him play those roles, bro. Makad only.
What else has he been in? I feel like that was the first time. I felt like that was the first time that I had seen him in anything.
Brother, you got to get up on Makad.
What else he is?
This dude has been, first of all,
only Makad I know is Pfeiffer. No disrespect to the man, but the only Makad I know is Pfeiffer.
It's Makad and Makai.
Oh, Makad.
Pfeiffer.
I'm sorry, Makad. Makad, but he's not Pfeiffer.
No.
Okay.
He was actually the first Derwin on the game, if you didn't know that. He did the
I seen the pilot to that, and he was that guy. And there was a different Kelly, too, at the beginning of that show. Yes.
Yeah, man, he's been around for a long time.
But what does he normally do? Like mild-mannered type?
Mild-mannered. No, he does everything. He just doesn't play characters that are liars and
cheaters and just ridiculously mean for no reason.
Yeah. What was the last movie that I just seen? The Will Packer joint with Tiffany Haddish.
Night School?
No. It was the Tiffany Haddish movie that she did with Tyler Perry.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Whoopi
Goldberg. It was a great movie too, but he was in that. That's probably when they got the idea to have him in A Fall from Grace. Great actor.
I wish he would have fell from contention for Fall from Grace because that was not good.
And he's going to be Jax in Mortal Kombat.
They're coming out with a Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes, man. He's on fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you an honest question.
Go ahead, brother.
How did you feel about Black Panther as a whole?
Okay, now
Because you're a comic book god, I know you won't lie to me. Because I am getting canceled from the culture because I'm like, it was just okay.
it was not just okay.
Is it in your top 5?
Well, no. But
Is it in your top 10?
the reason it isn't in my top 5 is because I am a DC guy. I'm not a Marvel guy. BT's the Marvel guy. I am DC.
So is your
Superman,
top
Justice
5
League.
filled with DC joints?
For the most part, yes.
What's your number 1? Do you got Dark Knight over Logan?
Yeah. But that's only because I felt Logan spent all their money doing the it was like a lack of special effects in comparison to what they could have done. I felt like the budget wasn't as big as it should have been for the final movie that they know was going to bring in a lot of money. And it was rated R, so I felt like they didn't take the chance budget-wise to really go for it like they did in the previous Wolverine and X-Men movies. Like Deadpool was the first R-rated joint that people were like, oh, snap.
Do you feel like a lot of people have tried to duplicate that since it dropped?
Yes, but they've tried to duplicate it, but they're trying to focus on just cursing,
right?
Instead of making a great
Thank you
story.
for saying that. I've been feeling like that for a couple of years. So do you, as a standalone superhero film, what do you give Black Panther? Because I don't really feel like it stands up to many.
Oh, what? Okay, so my answer is very complex, and a lot of people aren't going to give you this. This is the truth.
Okay.
Black Panther, Ryan Coogler guaranteed wanted Michael B. Jordan to be the Black Panther. But because Chadwick Boseman was already cast as Black Panther
Really?
from Marvel, he brought him in as Killmonger.
Do you think that Michael B. Jordan would have done better as a Black Panther versus Killmonger?
I feel like whatever Michael B. Jordan is cast as, he's going to be incredible because of his work ethic.
Yes.
Not to say that Chadwick isn't, because I love Chadwick. He's my man. But I just see the differences in how they really did the role. Like Mike got yoked,
right?
And Chadwick was like, "Nah, I'ma just run, baby.
I'm gonna just double up on the cardio.
Lean on the cardio. You know, I'm a Panther, baby. I got to run. Like
I'm the Panther, baby."
But now here's the funny thing about the film: Killmonger, technically, is the rightful king of Wakanda. Like, let's just be honest. He threw him over the cliff and won that fair and square. The Black Panther cheated got his mother to
bring him some juice.
And then he got a chance to fight him after he had already lost the contest, took the throne by force, and then.
So that was technically cheating.
Yes. And nobody wants to.
How'd you feel about the special effects?
Everything. I don't know why you emphasize special.
I hate it when other people do that. I can't believe
effects.
I just say special effects like this. Special effects. Fast food.
Anyway.
I hate when people do that too. I can't believe I did what people hate.
Yeah,
I
feel
do.
about the special effects. So the special effects were dope. Like, I enjoyed the costumes. I enjoyed what I saw from Wakanda. Like, this mythical place was beautiful. It definitely was made by the right person, by Coogler, because if we had gotten it from anybody else or years prior,
they probably wouldn't have done it right.
No, because you got to think of all the cultures of real African history that we got mixed into this mythical movie that were incredible. So for that reason, it was so powerful. It made me feel incredible. It made me feel glad to be Black.
Out of 10, what did you give it?
So let's cut straight to the I'm gonna give it a 7.5. And I'm giving it a 7.5 because 1, Killmonger should not have died. 2, he's the rightful king of Wakanda. 3, I know that they do this in African culture, but I don't want to see man toes. Like, he shouldn't have had no sandals on.
Never.
At all. That's
man toes is an instant violation.
And aside from that, I would have loved to seen Sterling K. Brown more than I did. And the father who played the Black Panther as a young man, I would have loved to have seen him in a fight, because it's called Black Panther, not the new Black Panther, which is T'Challa.
So we never really got to see the original.
Yeah, only thing we got a chance to see him do was murder his brother, but it was a dope costume that he had. Also, the new father that we had, the older man, it was something up with that eye, man. I was like, hey, man, we just
we just not going to just talk about this at all. We're just going to just skim past it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been getting like people just getting really upset with me because I'd be like, yo, like, you know, I didn't like the movie and I didn't think that it was really that good. But because I look like I'd be contradicting myself, because when it first came out, I was all for it. But I was like, no, because it was a powerful movie for the culture. I'm Black, and of course, I'm excited. But then I'm like, I watched it like 2 or 3 more times, and I was just like,
no, I saw it about 3 times, and I enjoyed it,
the
bro.
replay value isn't there for me.
It is. Here's the thing. What did you go in expecting? Is a better question.
My expectations was just like, don't mess this up. Like this is the first black lead thing. Ryan Coogler been killing it. Michael B. Jordan been killing it. I feel like Chadwick Boseman. Honestly, I have a theory about him.
Give it.
I feel like whoever let him pick his first few roles did him a disservice because he played too many iconic people too early. So now how can we put him ever in something regular? He played Thurgood Marshall. He played Jackie Robinson. He played the first, Black Panther. I'm just like, bro. James Brown. I'm like, those are very iconic people. Now whenever I see you on the screen, like I can't see him in a rom-com now. Like, it would just be too weird.
I disagree, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Chadwick Boseman is one of the greatest actors of our time. He perfectly acted out each of these roles completely different. You didn't see Jackie Robinson and say, oh, man, that's James Brown. You didn't see James Brown and say, oh, man, ain't that, you know what I mean? So he's an incredible actor. Also, he's been around for a very long time.
Has he?
One of his first television shows was on a summer release on NBC called it was about strangers. It was on NBC in the summer of 2002 or 3, but it was basically about these 7 strangers who woke up in this old ghost town, and they wondered how they got there. And then as time revealed itself over the 8 to 10 episodes, Persons Unknown, I think it was called. But
that's just amazing that you even know that. That's actually really good.
Like, all of these actors didn't just come out of nowhere. He got it. And then here's a bad thing. When you book a role as a biography of a James Brown or some of these people, you continue to be offered these things, but those 3 roles were so iconic and he was on fire. It's like, who's to say that if he wouldn't have done them, that those films would have still been made? So it's almost like you have to make the decision like, I've done a couple autobiographies, but if I don't do it, will they still make it? Let me just do them. And these might be people he admired.
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
Nobody does. They only.
That's actually like I've said that to a bunch of people, and nobody can ever rebuttal it right. But that was spot on.
Because think about it like this: Michael B. Jordan is very hot right now. If he chose to do a movie, let's say about let's say he wanted to redo Amistad, or let's say he wanted to do a film about
like just right, like he did.
Exactly.
That he was able to. I see your point exactly, because he can use his influence to get that movie made. That's actually really spot on and smart.
Yeah, and a lot of times you got to remember, studios are offering actors roles that they might be like, oh, well, we're not too sure about this guy yet, but let's give him this.
Give him a shot.
And maybe something to come from it. And then if they do it, great. But if they don't, they'll be like, all right, well, let's just put that back on the shelf, and now it just doesn't get a chance to be seen.
That is...
Yeah, man.
You know your stuff, huh?
It's all chess, man. They have to play chess. So it's like if you get an opportunity to play Wesley Snipes, right? People will be like, oh, Doughboy, he don't look nothing like Wesley Snipes. He light-skinned, he this, he that. But who's to say that they would make a Wesley Snipes film? You know what I mean?
If somebody wasn't willing to do it.
Exactly.
You really know your stuff. I don't know why. I'm going to just say this. I was going to wait till after you cut the cameras to say this, but I'm like, no, this ain't no big Q secret. You know what I really would love to hear from you?
What?
If you did a podcast like on comics and stuff like that, like in superhero movies, I would really listen to it, because I feel like your knowledge is so vast on stuff that people like me don't know. So I would like listen to it to hear what you would have to say, so I can hear smart, so I can sound smart around people that know about it. I would like do that. So I'm just gonna put that out in the atmosphere. I feel like you should have something in that space, because I would listen to it. And you be going to Comic-Con and dressing up and stuff, so it's like a total thing. Like, so yeah.
I try not to dress up anymore because I've become a little bit more popular than I realized.
When was last time? When is the next one coming up?
What is this? What month are we in? March now?
We're in, it'd be March tomorrow.
Yeah, the next con is in March or April. It's the WonderCon.
Are you gonna go check it out?
I probably gonna stop through.
Nice.
Just say what's up to some people.
I heard they're gonna drop a new trailer for my new favorite show.
Oh yeah, what's that?
The Boys.
Let's talk about.
Let's talk about The Boys. That's not the best show out. I thought Snowfall was the best show running right now, and then I watched this. These are
two completely different shows.
Now let me just give a little context. So I had been hearing about that. Tony had told me about it. Kev had told me about it. I've been hearing about from people that I respect. Comic book stuff. They kind of like told me about it. And so me and my girl just randomly turned this on Wednesday night. So today's Saturday. We finished it last night. Like we went through it was the graphics, the special effects are amazing, but I think it's such a clever spin on superheroes. Like, it's really a show about the abuse of power that all of us in human nature show that we have. I'm blown away. I got to the season finale and was just like,
who's your favorite character?
Homelander.
Woo!
I hated Homelander at the beginning, but
great.
now especially when he did that last episode, I was like,
I was at a party and I saw the guy who plays the Aquaman character. Bro.
That's your favorite character?
No, it's not my favorite character. But it was like, I just saw him at a party like, hey.
you.
And we talked about it. I'm like, man.
It's such a well-written show. And I love it. I can't wait for, some people like, because I was like, like watching the reviews and stuff for, people been talking about now that I'm in the, like watching the show or whatever. And people were just like, well, man, the episodes be too long. I'm like, what? I know. I love it. I love the way that they have built it up. And the whole time that I was watching it, I was thinking The Boys was like really kind of like talking about the Seven, but then The Boys really ended up being the
Boys.
Side, no, I take that back. I said my favorite character was Homelander. You know who my favorite character is? I don't know his character's name on the show, but my favorite character on that show, Laz Alonso's character.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love Laz Alonso on this show. Shout out to him.
Mother's milk.
Bro, so how come you didn't tell me about this show, man? We're supposed to be friends.
Listen, man, the fact that you're just watching it now.
I
watched that the first week it came out. I was done. It was so dope. A-Train is hilarious.
A-Train is really, really good, too.
He's a cold piece of work, man. What he did to us, I can't even. I don't want to give it away.
Bro, but I think it's just, it answers a lot of questions. Because I always would think stuff like that. Like, bro, if somebody was a superhero, they'd probably be a jerk, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you had those type of powers.
You can't be Superman without being
some type of extra ego added on. So, man, I think, so I started looking it up. Apparently, season 2 is coming out this summer.
It has to.
July, they said. I am into that show. Have you seen Brightburn yet?
Yeah, of course.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's worth it. It's not going to end how you think it's going to end.
Really?
I'll tell you that.
What about Birds of Prey? Is that good?
Brightburn is exactly what you want to. You got to see that.
So you got to see Brightburn to see it. But Birds of Prey, was that
when
worth
you see Brightburn, it's like, it's one of those films that, you just got to check that out.
Brightburn?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean that it's good?
Nah, because I thought you're going to go back to Birds of Prey.
But what about Birds of Prey, though? So Brightburn is, okay, now I get it. So was it good?
Birds of Prey was actually pretty good.
Was it?
It was. They didn't use their R rating properly. It was like.
Why do people keep doing that? Why not just dial it down a little bit if you're not going to go?
They just wanted to curse. They didn't want to give the blood or the action. But I do think the Harley Quinn was incredible. Here's the problem with Birds of Prey.
Explain this. Finish your point, then I'm going to ask you.
Birds of Prey, in the DC universe, what they are trying to do, as opposed to, now I'm a big fan of DC, so I can say this. DC has a bad habit of saying, oh, well, people know these characters, so let's just give it to them. You can't do that with casual moviegoers. You can do that with comic book fans, but you want more than comic book fans to
You want a good story.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when they had the Birds of Prey, you got to understand, the TV show Arrow just ended right like a week before it came out.
Is that a good show?
Arrow, yeah.
Okay.
So you're introducing characters that we already associate with someone else, and you're introducing these characters without a backstory of their own for us to watch separately from this film to get attached to. The only person we're attached to is Harley Quinn.
Okay.
So it's like people were excited to see Harley Quinn, but then you say, and the Birds of Prey. Let me tell you something. Rosie Perez is amazing, but she ain't no Birds of Prey. You understand me? Her character isn't a bird of prey.
But okay, can you explain to me what is even the superhero effect that Harley Quinn has? Because when she was in Suicide Squad, she was just hitting people with a baseball bat.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
does she have a power?
She does not have any powers.
Okay.
There are different incarnations of Harley Quinn. A lot of them basically involve her with the origin story of her falling in love with the Joker. She's a therapist that falls in love with one of her patients. He convinces her to start this life of crime. Okay. But throughout it, she ends up falling in the same vat of acid that Joker fell into.
That's not what's supposed to be. Was acid? It looked like tapioca pudding. I was just like, why are they in this white stuff?
I don't know what they were going for in that. But, in certain incarnations, she does that. But she, as an actress, plays her perfectly. But I just would have liked to have seen... Black Mass was a great villain. I would have loved to have seen more action. I would love to have seen more villains that she encountered.
Okay.
I would have loved to have seen it just be centered around Harley as opposed to adding in
all these other people. That's probably where they went wrong.
The Huntress, who's in the film, she comes from the Green Arrow story universe, and they didn't even mention him at all. And then you have the Black Canary, who also comes from the Green Arrow, but they didn't even. So it's like it was too muddy.
I think that probably what happened was the success of Wonder Woman made the execs be like, we need something with women. Just put all women in it. And they probably just OD'd.
That's exactly what they do. And here's another thing. As much as I love seeing a female-led film, I love seeing a female-led film that isn't down your throat. Hey, we're a female film.
Yeah, we're here.
It's like, just make a great movie, and we're going to praise it like we did Wonder Woman. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But, yes, everything with a woman in the lead is being pushed right now because of that. But, however, I don't think companies attest for, as much as a lot of us do support women in film and television, a lot of your casual moviegoers won't talk that talk with their wallets.
Ooh.
So they'll say, we want a woman this, we want a woman that. And then the movie comes out and they don't go see it.
They're not going to go see it yet.
You know what I mean? So it's like, these are things to just consider that a lot of executives don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing stuff against the wall like anybody. And if you just listen to your fans, DC, we will show you the way. Start making the films live action exactly how you make the animated ones, word for word, beat by beat, and I promise you $1 billion.
There you go. Are there any DC projects coming out that you're excited about?
Excited about. I'm excited about the Green Lantern series coming out on HBO Max because we haven't seen a Green Lantern series where it focuses on more than one person.
Okay.
I'm excited about seeing the Flash movie if that ever comes to fruition.
Okay.
I'm also excited to see Superman getting a sequel if they can ever do that. Henry Cavill's on fire.
So they're not rebooting it. They're just going to do another one.
They don't know what they're going to do right now.
So they came out with Superman, then Batman versus Superman after that.
Yeah, Superman and Batman versus Superman was the sequel to Superman, Man of Steel.
Okay,
and
so now we need that third one is the third one usually the indicator that they're probably going to do a reboot after the third.
Yes and no, because we haven't had an official statement that Henry Cavill is going to drop it as Superman. But this new Batman movie, I wouldn't say I'm excited about it because now in my lifetime I've seen way too many Batman.
Is it still Ben Affleck?
No. Another brother by the name of Robert Pattinson is the new Batman.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like him for? You look at your face is saying you don't like him for that.
I give everybody a chance because this time next year I might be like, man, he's the greatest Batman ever.
I feel like we haven't had a good Batman in a while.
Man, first of all, my favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. Ain't nobody gonna be able to touch Michael Keaton
over Christian Bale.
Well, you can't compare them.
They're both Batman.
1980s, and you're looking at a different era of action and adventure.
But performance-wise, who you picking? Keaton?
You just asked me the exact same question.
Because I feel like you didn't answer right. I want to put you on the spot again.
If I have to, I can't. It's two different genres. Like if you ask me to compare George Clooney and Val Kilmer, I could compare those.
That's easier to get
because those movies came out within 2 years.
Okay,
but Michael Keaton in the era of they weren't even doing films like they were doing the Batman movie and then Batman Begins. I could even compare Batman Begins with Superman Returns. But I can't compare.
It's just it's the 80s and then the mid 2000s.
Jack Nicholson and the newer Joker.
Got you. Yeah. I see you there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Do you watch The Watchmen on HBO?
Of course.
Is that good?
How are you not watching it?
Everybody says it's lit.
Why haven't you watched it?
I don't be having time for everything. What do you be watching? Black Ink Chicago. I don't know.
Black Ink Chicago.
Shout out to Ryan Henry.
DOBOY. What is coming up for you, man?
Oh man, got a lot of stuff. Well, ain't really nothing, man. I'm back. I'm the podcast with my boy Kev on Stage, Righteous and Ratchet. You can check that out. Dropping new music very, very soon.
About time.
Yes, Angels with Dirty Faces. I'm working with that. And like I said, Girl Dad, the new podcast. That's those are the three projects I'm really, really excited about, man. And I'm excited about being with you, man. Shout out to Clayton, man. One of my best friends in this world, man. And we're just recently back here in the mix working with each other again. And I couldn't be happier.
Man, I couldn't be happier.
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate it. Please bring me back so we can talk more cash.
Man, we're about to talk even more off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, you are kicking it with Clayton.